All right, folks, I ask you to watch this all the way through, please.
PR around Joe Biden being the comforter in chief. But if you really look at the moments where he is trying to be the comforter in chief, he always makes it about himself. He always talks about his own situation. Or in the case of the soldiers who were brought in from Afghanistan, because he was really responsible for those deaths, he was genuinely uninterested in being there. In fact, he seemed to have disdain for the grieving families. He looked at his watch, and then the family said they felt just utterly insulted. And in this case, the families here felt totally supported and loved in that moment that Father Duffy describes.
When you talk about the footballs Joe Biden fumbles, none worse or more egregious than in these moments. You think about checking his watch on the tarmac.
Yeah.
And then, several things since then, but think about the State of the Union address where he mispronounces Laken Riley's name and then says some comment. I can't even remember it, but it really made no sense. We're left to interpret what he even meant by that. It's some sort of call to action. And now you move to this, and on the day that they start the wake for this police officer, he comes to the exact same city and hosts a VIP elitist fundraiser. And to my knowledge, I don't even think he even mentions this police officer. While he's at he has the attention of his biggest donors, of his most.
Listen up, folks.
With two other presidents, and you can't take a moment to mention this and to say that we're going to make it better if he's reelected.
The biggest thing that happened in the city, Joey, was this wake, this funeral.
That's right.
And he missed that.
No doubt. The last couple of days have been elections are about contrasts, right? Moments where you, on one day, can look at two differences and say, well, that reflects my values or not. And you saw that with the wake and the fundraiser, and you're seeing it today with Easter and the Trans Day of Visibility.
Thank you.
So,
all right, folks, here's where it gets interesting. Listen closely.
You've got, I can't tell you how many of my friends, many of which non-political, are like, this can't be real. Is this true? This is Easter. It is true. So Donald Trump put out a message about Easter saying, our Lord and Savior is risen. A pretty standard message of Easter. And the White House has affirmed their support, their proclamation for a Trans Day of Visibility. Now, March 31st has been that day for years, apparently.
Since 2010.
If it falls on March 31st, just celebrate it on April 1st. It's not that hard. You just don't have to do it on the highest holiday. Whatever you want. I don't care. You don't have to do it on the highest holiday for Christians.
That's right.
And then celebrate that. So again, another contrast. What do you want? Do you want Easter celebrations in a standard way, or do you want the Trans Day of Visibility?
Yeah, it's so interesting.
Did you catch that, folks? Yeah. Yeah, that's the difference between Trump and Biden.
White House has been trying to defend themselves with this proclamation because I don't think they expected this kind of blowback. I think the combination of what happened with the wake, the funeral, the fundraiser, and then this, and then the coloring contest where they said Jesus is not allowed in the Easter coloring contest. All of this combined, and their response was, well, Trans Day of Visibility has always been March 31st. I'm like, Trans Day of Visibility has been around for 2 minutes.
Yep,
the resurrection of Christ has been around for 2,000 years.
Well,
and it means something to the majority, even of those who don't practice and go to church on this glorious Sunday. It still means something in a lot of ways to Americans, and that they would try to change. Basically, it's a new liturgical calendar. It's a pagan liturgical calendar that they want to make us adhere to. And I think a lot of Americans have just had enough of this.
No doubt. And then that's another contrast.
And
we'll remember.
We're going to talk about this.
And let's hope that is exactly the truth. Americans have had enough. Folks, November's coming. Make the right decision.